This is the Sanai special right here. Switching your stance while gaining control. Notice how my rear hand becomes my lead hand. I dominate, control the lead hand, take that outside position, and kick through the body. It's very difficult for them to defend this kick well, and very difficult for them to attack while you're doing this kick. Notice how I'm gliding through, switching my hips, and now I have my lead foot in the back, which instantly becomes the power kick. Make sure you take that angle while stepping out and switching. This is how you use your teep to set up an angle take. So if you notice, I tie hop. After I land my teep, tie hop, take the angle. You're always gonna wanna use your hands to control. So you see when that guard goes high, or if they go long guard themselves, you stiffen them up, then you take the angle. Notice how I do it with my rear. I switch stances. So as I teep, my hips go forward, I land to the outside. Now I can immediately throw that kick. Very similar to the Sanai special, and Sanai often does this as well. You'll see Jonathan Haggerty do this extremely well, and one of my favorite moves. This is a little sneaky way to take that angle. I jab and switch step, also take the angle. Notice that rear foot goes at a 45 degree. I'm in a different stance. Now I can pendulum style kick that outside leg. So watch this. 1, 2, switch step. It becomes a switch cross. Notice how that jab hand becomes now a power cross. When I do it by myself, just watch the feet. Yeah, stepping at a 45 degree angle, getting my head off the center line. Then I continue moving that direction, utilizing that momentum, the pendulum kick. Bah. Notice how my foot replaces the other as I throw that kick. Try to remain balanced throughout the entire motion. When I'm facing you, it's a little easier to tell that angle take. Make sure you don't step over yourself. Make sure you still have balance. Very tricky move. Love to do it. So we're going to use our teep and our hop to set up that tricky elbow. I take my right teep. I lift my leg up. I'm automatically switching my stance. And notice how I take that corner. This is very check hook-esque, but it's using an elbow instead of a long-range hook. So we clear that distance. We crack that elbow. Notice that control over the hand. Even in space, you want to practice grabbing that hand, pulling that person into you. This is a long check hook into a rear kick. Notice how I step off and I time my lead foot with my lead hand. And then I make sure that my hips are still facing them and I'm able to immediately get off that rear kick. So instead of just stepping and kicking, which is very important to do, to step across and through your opponent, you are hiding the step and facilitating and forcing them to go into your kick by punching them. So even if I land the punch or not, the kick is set up. I could even push them directly into it. So instead of throwing a punch, I could push it. But very simple, very practical, very effective. Even when I practice kicking, I kick through while in space. Have somebody throw the jab, parry it at the same time, step outside, throw that low kick. Notice in this position, I'm technically switching stances for a second, but then I land back in my orthodox stance. Stepping right to the outside, still taking that angle off the center line, just in case I mistime my defense for the jab. Remember, when you do it in the air, focus on getting back to balance, back to your stance. Also focus on stepping across. Here we're going to go up top. So as the jab comes, I basically do a parry, half circle parry, and continue the momentum right over the top. Remember, it's a head kick. Doesn't even have to be the most powerful kick. Just has to be timed well and deceptive. Wow. Good night. Watch that in slow-mo.
You watched this video, so I know you're looking to step up your game. You can join my free school community, start going through my beginner courses. Remember, it's all for free. Build a solid foundation, no nonsense training. Come on, what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Let's get those gains together.